So I just filmed a makeup look for this look because I've been trying out some new eye glitters, and while I was filming this, guess what turned up on my doorstep? My spooky box clubs. And I figured since I've now done my makeup and I've made my bed, I might as well film my spooky box club. So we haven't had a spooky box club for over a month now, I think. We got our last box in May, I believe, and I don't think we had a box all the way through June. So I've been waiting for this one to come. I did actually think maybe they'd do like a double box just because it's been a while, but they didn't. So I got an email a couple of days ago from DPD, who is the company that shipped these boxes, and it said that the box was on its way. So I was like, fantastic. And then I got another email like an hour later to say that the box had been cancelled. So of course I freaked out because I thought like my subscription had been cancelled, and I contacted Spooky Box and they literally just said that they had made a mistake and that it would be coming at some point, which fantastic. So it arrived today. It does feel like quite a heavy box. You may remember that in the last box I opened, which was the witching hour box, I was missing my pin, so I did contact Spooky Box Club. I sent them an email after I filmed that video and they sent me one straight away. It got here within like 2 days of me emailing them. So I just quickly show you what the pin from last month's box looks like, just because obviously you didn't get to see it in my last video. It's called the Victorian snake pin. It has like a snake kind of skin pattern, and it has a hand with like a little snake going up it, and it is a really nice large pin. It feels like a really nice quality metal, and it does have a double pin back, which means that it will attach really nicely and it won't start sliding around. So I was very pleased with the kind of speed that Spooky Box Club resolved that problem. I do have to say, I know they're a very busy company, but they replied to my email regarding why this box had been cancelled very quickly, within 24 hours. So I give it to Spooky Box Club. They definitely have very good customer service. So I have actually no idea on the themes anymore, but this one is called the Bohemian box. So when I think of the word Bohemian, it straight away reminds me of Queen, but I guess it kind of has like that sort of free-spirited thing behind it. Actually, I think I'm just going to Google it and see what it means. So it says a socially unconventional person, especially one who is involved in the arts. Unconformist, hippie, free spirit, dropout, artistic person, freak. And then further down it just also says, as an adjective, it means socially unconventional. So that's good. Hopefully there's lots of kind of unique things in this box. Sticker is this kind of pink and purple melody. It has a few little bats, which is very exciting, a moon, and then these like kind of lantern things, which I have bought loads of these sort of lanterns for my sister. My sister's quite kind of hippie herself, so I feel like this kind of does go quite well with the theme. It's our usual size spooky box with the return address on the back. My box has been slightly battered, but not too badly. I don't think that would hopefully not damage anything inside. It feels quite heavy, and it doesn't smell like anything. Sometimes there's like an overwhelming smell. I have not seen any spoilers for this box, so I am rather excited, and as I said, it has been quite a while since we've opened one. So this is going to be a fully blind unboxing, so I'll open this up here and then put it down to the side of me. So I'm feeling around just because we haven't had any wormies in our boxes for ages, and for the first 3 boxes I'm like, maybe they just have a shortage of worms, but there's not any in this box, so I think I'm going to formally make the conclusion that they no longer put the purple wormies in the box, which is fine. That's not really a massive thing. I guess if there is less in the box and it's jumping all around, maybe then would be an appropriate time to put them in, but from first impressions this box feels very full. So straight on top we have the cheat sheet. I can see that it is upside down, and also like that pink and purple vibe, so we'll come back to that later. So first up on top, I can feel something in a packet. It's making this kind of squishy sound, so it makes me think maybe it's like a tea or something. Cool. So this is a Moroccan mint tea, and it is 100% spearmint. It is in this pastel pink colour. I'm hoping not everything in this box is pink. I know it can be quite controversial when Spooky Box put pink and purple things in the box, just because that is a very kind of bold colour, and I know a lot of people aren't always into their pinks and purples, but the sticker still does look quite spooky. We've still got the moon, we've got some bats, and we've got these kind of twirly clouds which really remind me of some of the clouds which I've got around one of my tattoos, so I really like that. This bag definitely reminds me of the Pinscription boxes because you need to pull the top off before you can get in the side. It is a little bit like a blind bag. Whoa, that is very strong. And inside there is loads of this tea, which I'm very excited to try. We usually get our teas in the little kind of metal tins, but fair enough, they probably can fit more in one of these bags, if I'm honest. And I feel like the tins are probably quite expensive to buy, but the bag keeps it all nice and safe, and you can reseal the bag, of course, so you could reuse it. But what I may do is actually empty this out into the empty tins, which we've got before. It smells absolutely gorgeous. I really want to grow like a spearmint plant because it smells like toothpaste, but in like a really nice way. So I'm pleased with that, and honestly, you can't smell it when the pack is shut, probably why I couldn't smell it through the box. So also on top there is another card. Okay, it says mood ring chart, so I assume there may be a mood ring in here, and it's got lots of different coffins. So I'm just going to place this to the side of me because I'm sure that's going to make slightly more sense in a minute, but I'm assuming there is a mood ring in here. So next up, I'm going to pull out this organza bag, and look at that. There is a ring inside. Now this is really interesting because I was thinking of buying a coffin ring. I was looking at ones from Mysticum Luna because I really love Mysticum Luna, but then I have also seen that Regal Rose, which is a company I've never bought from before, also do this gorgeous, more like ornate ring, which I would wear as like an everyday ring. So I'm still like seriously considering buying one of those. I'm quite a ringed up person. I do normally have rings on all my fingers, but I washed my hair earlier, hence why I don't have a ring on my thumb right now. I'm just gonna go get my thumb ring. Once I realise that I'm missing one of my rings, I just feel naked. So this is a little coffin ring, and from the looks of it, since it came with the chart, it is probably a mood ring. So straight up I can see that it's like a relatively cheaper ring, but I think all kind of mood rings are this sort of cheaper material. They're not kind of like everyday rings, they're sort of like occasion rings as such, but it's this coffin shape which is really nice. It's silver on the back and it says SBC for Spooky Box Club. It has one of those bands that don't actually join, and it's a kind of metal where you could stretch it to any size, so you can stretch it to fit whichever finger you'd like it on. So I'm just going to put this ring on my little finger and just squeeze it a little bit to make it slightly tighter, and then I should be able to actually just fit my normal ring on top. So that is what it looks like. It is blue at the moment. I'm not too sure how this mood ring would work, since the fact that it doesn't actually touch your skin, it's slightly further away, but I don't know if maybe if I hold the top of it it would change colour. I'm always just blue. I'm sure that's just like my resting like normal body temperature is just blue. So according to this colour scheme, I'd say I was probably that bottom blue, which means I am happy, which I'd say is relatively true. Obviously mood rings are based on temperature. I do actually have a fan right down my feet, so I'm just gonna put it in front of the fan and see what happens. Okay, so I put it in front of the fan and it turned this kind of greeny kind of colour, which would suggest that I'm either in love or nervous. So that's quite cute. I feel like that's kind of like a almost, yeah, as I said, like a casual item. It's quite a nice size, it's quite big, and of course it's in a coffin shape, so it has that more spooky feel. I feel like the colour is quite like in your face, like when I'm doing this I feel like it looks quite bold, but again I have put it on my little finger, so I don't know if it really suits that much. But as for the chart itself, it's laid out really nicely. You've got all the different colours and it has the different moods underneath. If it's black, it's stressed out. If it's blue, it's normal. If it's yellow, it's in love. If it's red, it's fear. A darker blue is relaxed. Green is romance. This green is nervous, calm, passion, mixed emotions, optimistic and happy. And at the bottom it does actually have a disclaimer that says the colour of the ring may not match your emotions accurately at all times. So I feel like I need to get a little bit stressed out and get this to turn black, because definitely I feel like it will fit in with my colour scheme. I do like this. I feel like it's not an item that I would wear every day or even that frequently, but I am pleased with it. So next up there is something else in a bag. It feels almost like it could break, so I don't want to squeeze it too much, but it looks like, what is that? Oh, it's rock candy tea stirrers. Oh, that's interesting. So I guess you have your peppermint tea, and then you stir it with one of these, and it looks like it's made of sugar. It doesn't actually, it just says rock candy, but I'm pretty sure rock candy is made of sugar, so I assume you just stir that into your tea. So again, we've got that same theme with the sticker, with the bats and the moon and the clouds, and then here are the stirrers in the background, so I'm actually going to take them out just so you can see it. So this is what the white one looks like, and there's also a brown one. It's on this lovely like ornate stick, which I'll probably be keeping the stick to use for some kind of craft thing in my doll's house, but there seems to be quite a lot of sugar on there. It is quite thick, so I'm not sure if maybe you stir this like once or twice and take it out, or if you just put the whole thing in there, but it's really pretty. When I did first see these, I thought they may have been lollipops, but I'm gonna give it a little lick anyway. Yeah, that is like pure sugar. So rock candy, I'm not sure if they have them in every country. You normally get them like, it's called like a piece of rock, where it looks like almost a really thick, like, how would I have toothpaste right here, but it almost looks like this, but like obviously a sweet, and it's made of like solid sugar, and they normally have like writing through them, but that's what I'd call rock. I guess the usual like lollipops that we get from Spooky Box Club are almost like a form of rock, because they too are just like solid sugar. But yeah, I'll be interested to try these along with the peppermint tea that we got. Next up in here is something like in a plastic thing, and by the look of it, they may be nail stickers. Yeah, they're nail decal stickers, and it says Gothic henna. It is kind of giving us that kind of summery vibe, what with all this like henna business. Again, we've got that same kind of sticker aesthetic going on, and it seems like there's two little sheets in there. We've got this one with little crescent moons, tiny little dream catchers and mandalas and things, which are quite pretty. They're definitely not something I would personally put on my nail, but I'm sure that I can use these within like my crafting, because I have been using the bug ones that we got of these just to like stick like generally as normal stickers, and then on this side they're more like banners, and I'm sure there is like a way of doing this. You're probably meant to like put a bit across your nail and cut it or something, or you could potentially like wrap it around your finger, but I feel like again I'll be using these as like a border for some kind of craft activity. These don't actually like say anything on them other than colour off, whatever that means, so I feel like these are pretty general ones that they picked up probably like maybe off AliExpress or something. They do feel good quality though. They feel like they're on nice like thick material, and they do look really nice. They don't look too tacky, but these are definitely not like custom made for this box. I think they're just like a little add-on. Okay, so I can feel something quite big in there, so I'm just gonna go for that because I've been feeling it a lot. By the feels of it, like I thought maybe it was going to be a mug for putting our like tea in or something. It does still feel like quite wide like a mug, but it doesn't have a handle. Oh, I got a little bit of bat confetti, so I'm thinking maybe this may be like a flask. Oh no, it looks like it may be a mason jar now that I look at it closely. It's all wrapped in bubble wrap. By the looks of it, it may be pink, so hopefully it has something nice on it. Or maybe it's not even for drinking out. No, I think it is. Okay, so this is called a Marrakesh Market drinking jar. I have to say this is like not my favorite thing, just because to me this doesn't really say spooky. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it feels like a really nice quality. It feels like a good thick like glass, and it's got like a nice like metal lid, but I'm not really kind of getting the spooky vibes from this. I'm getting more like by the sea vibes. I'm looking at my little viewfinder thing, and it does look like it is red on there, but actually it is this very bright pink colour. They have put this little label on it, and it's tied just with a yellow ribbon, but that's the only kind of thing that's making this spooky. I'm not gonna lie, I am slightly disappointed by this. What you could do if you wanted to is get paint and like paint on like a bat or something on there just to make it a little bit more spooky, because it's quite nice and big. I'm sure my mum can do something with this, because this is more like my mum or my sister's aesthetic, but I can't deny it is a nice quality. It's just not something I personally would gravitate towards. I mean, I've got mason jars already that are in the shape of skulls, and I just think they are gorgeous. And I would like a pumpkin one as well. So next up, I'm just gonna look for what I'm looking for. Okay, so there is the straw to go in it. It is a gold straw, so if I get the mason jar back, the straw does have a stopper on it, so you can put it through the top, put your lid on, and you've got like your little mason jar for drinking out of, but it does have the stopper to stop you from losing the straw. Again, the straw is just this gold colour, so it just matches the top, but at least it is a plastic straw, and if anything I can just use the straw out of this when I'm having a regular drink, and it will help save the turtles. So now the box is feeling quite a lot more empty. I can feel like something like, is this like bells? Ooh, I'm quite intrigued because I love stuff with bells on. So it is this purple organza bag. It looks like there is some form of jewelry in there. Ooh, I can see some moons and some bells. So far, so good. Oh, please be an anklet. Oh, it's an anklet. That is so cute. So it's not like the best quality one ever. Like, it does feel very light, but I'm gonna put it on my ankle anyway. It's so cute. Someone with a very tiny neck could maybe wear it as a choker. It does have an extension chain on it, so if you have like larger wrists, you could wear it as a bracelet. So the pattern goes bell, crescent moon, bell, crescent moon, bell, crescent moon, just like that all the way along. And then, as I said, when you get to the end, it does have an extension chain. The chain isn't large enough for you to put it at any height, so you will have to use this kind of last section, but it does look nice. I'm glad that it's in silver. The moons, it sounds really weird, but I can tell they're hollow. Like, they are kind of 3D, but I can feel that they're kind of cheap and hollow. And then the little bells make a noise. So I'm going to put this on my ankle now and have a see what it looks like. I think like in the summer box that we got, which was literally like 2 years ago, we got an anklet in there, and I believe it had like little skulls or something coming off of it, and I wore it for ages and I really liked it. And then I had like a black one, and I had it on there until one time I was getting one of my ankle tattoos, and I just took it off just out of like ease and cleanliness, and also my ankles like swell a lot when I get my ankles tattooed. Since then I've really wanted like an ankle bracelet, and I was thinking about getting one. So this is what it looks like. So you can't really tell what it looks like from that. So what I'll do is I insert a little video now what it looks like while it's on. So next up, it feels like there's really not much left in here. There's something quite big, so I'm going to take that out. And then it looks like there's just the pin left, so we've got 2 items left. So this next item feels really large. It's in like a plastic thing. It definitely feels like it's made of either fabric or a plastic. I can see a flower and a skull. No, skeleton hand or something. So is this a fabric? I think this may, I don't know, it looks, oh, maybe it's like a bed thing. We'll see. It looks kind of like the same material as, oh my god, you're not gonna be able to see them. Like underneath all of this, I have my pillows, and my pillowcases are the dead tired pillowcases that we got, and it looks like the same kind of fabric as that. So whoa, it is big. Oh my goodness, it is massive. Is this like a, whatchamacallit, where you like a tapestry kind of a thing? Because if so, that's so exciting. It is, so I'm gonna have to like, oh my goodness, what even is this? I mean, that's so cool, but like it's also so big I can't really tell what's going on. and then his other arm goes down and there's one hand holding some flowers, and then that is the end of it. I'm just gonna go in the other room and lay this down on the floor, and then I will report back to you. Has he lost his hand? Like, what? Okay, so it's really big. There is like this skeleton, and it's got some flowers to the side of it, and he's got a heart in his chest. Like, I can't really see, so I'm just looking at my camera thing. He's got a heart on his chest, and then his arm stops here, so I think he must have lost his hand. I'm back. Okay, so it is cute. It took me a little while. I laid it out. I've come to the conclusion that this may be like some kind of like towel thing, but it's like this very odd material. It may be a bed throw. I have like a bed throw that I always have on, which is like a sun and a moon. The one I have on is actually from India, and it feels gorgeous. It's like made out of a cotton. This, however, is made out, like, you can probably see it like this shiny like polystyrene material. So I think my other option is this may be for like hanging up on the wall, but it doesn't have any holes in it, so I don't really know. I can confirm that this lovely skeleton here doesn't actually have a hand. Like, he's missing his hand there, so that's just disappeared. And then his other hand is reaching down, where is his other hand? Here, picking some flowers. Now, something I was really confused about is when you look at like his hip bones, the one on the left has that green thing through it. Well, I thought that was just a gap in his bones, but it turns out I think that's meant to be like a piece of grass going up. So this is really gorgeous. Nearly the same height as me. I'm about 5'4". It would definitely cover a single bed. I don't think it would cover like a full double bed, but it may kind of work if, like me, you have loads of pillows and stuff. You could kind of put it to like the end and then cover the gap with the pillows. This reminds me of a YouTuber called Jordan Shrinks, and her videos aren't like spooky at all. They're actually about weight loss and like her weight loss journey, but in the background of her videos, I think she really loves Halloween like us, and she has like a big kind of tapestry thing of these two skeletons kissing, and it does kind of remind me of that. So that's quite cute. That I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this, but I'm sure I can find some use for it, even if I just fold it up and save it for a day when I actually have like enough space to actually put it up on the wall. But yeah, it's very big and cool, and it does actually say Spooky Box Club on the label, so it has been made for them. So I just glanced over, and the last thing in here is a pin, and it's a really nice pin. Again, like not overwhelmingly spooky, but at the same time spooky. So it's this very big pin. It's called a Batty Boohoo Lantern pin. It has two clasps at the back, which is really nice, and it has this kind of cloud of glitter and stars and bats, and then it has a little lantern in the middle. It is all completely smooth but very, very colourful and glittery, and it feels quite heavy as well. So I am pleased with this pin. I think the bats definitely made it spooky. Without the bats, I would be maybe slightly disappointed with it. Very, very excited to put this onto my jacket. So I have actually got my Victorian snake pin to put on here as well, and so I'm going to put it on my jacket. And I just wanted to mention this because I have had this jacket for like, I think I've had it for about 4 years maybe, and I showed it in one of my last videos, and someone pointed out that I spelt the word creepy wrong. Like, what? I've shown you this jacket a million times. I have worn this jacket a million times. I have taken countless pictures of the back of my jacket, and no one has ever noticed that I have missed out the P. So I am just shocked about this. Like, when she said I'd missed out the P, I had to like go and check my jacket because I was like, is someone playing a trick on me right now? So I'm gonna have to like repaint my jacket at some point and try and fit the word creepy in there. But just a side note, if you are as shook as I was when someone told me that, I'm glad they did tell me, because I'm sure lots of people have noticed and just not told me because they thought I was just too dumb to spell. So basically, here is my jacket. It's quite full. I feel like my new pin reminded me a lot of this Psychic Moon pin. I'm not sure why, it just reminds me of that. I'm going to put these on. It's a big pin, so I think I'm going to have to put it on to... Oh, I'll put it next to the little witch's hat because I think that'll look cute. Guys, we're getting dangerously close to the bottom of the jacket now. And I still have my pinscription from this month to open. So I've put it down there, so it fits quite nicely with this white skull that I got from the pinscription, and also this purple witch's hat. It is very heavy now, so I can't really hold it up for that long, but it fits on there quite nicely. I'm very pleased with that. I just reminded myself that I have another pin in my purse, which I recently bought in Brighton, so I need to find that and put that on my jacket as well. But I am super pleased with this. I am very much considering cleaning off my pin board and turning it into a pin board. Just because I have so many pins on this jacket, I can't wear it that frequently. It's just so heavy. I guess I could hang my jacket up, like that may look cute if I like turn it into a non-functioning jacket and like a wearing jacket. I don't know, I don't really want to retire it because I love it so much, but at the same time it's just getting ridiculously heavy. I remember when I bought this, I was like, ooh, I'll just buy a jacket to put a few pins on. I'm sure that it will be fine. Like, I won't have that many pins. I remember like looking online for cheap pins. Also, I was like, I've got to have at least 10 pins on there for it to look cool. Oh, how wrong I was. So that can go there. And I'm going to try and put this... Oh, I just stabbed myself. But this snake pin up here because it goes really well with the at-rest pin. And like, let me know if you guys want like a full tour of this pin jacket. I do have other pin jackets, but if you would like a full tour of this one, because I feel like there must be pins on here which I haven't shown you before. Just because I have got like random like little pins throughout time which I've just added on. Like, it's got to the point where the front bit's ripping off and I'm having to safety pin it together. So I put the last month's pin there, which I feel fits in nicely in that gap. So that was that Spooky Box Club. Inside there are purple and pink bats and some star confetti. Oh, what was that? Oh, and the bit of card that the pin came on. So I'm just going to check the cheat sheet just to make sure I've got everything after last month's missing pin. So it says that we have a custom made Bohemian floral tapestry, which I assume is this large skeleton thing. So I thought maybe it would be a tapestry. It doesn't have the holes in the corners, but you can very easily put eyelets and things. The Batty Boohoo lantern pin, which I just put on there. The moon bell anklet, which I've got on my ankle right now, and when I walked into the other room to lay that down, I could hear myself walking, like making loads of noise, but I also thought that it was really, like, when I looked in the mirror I thought it looked really pretty, so I'm very pleased with that. The Transylvanian Dreams moon ring. What? Moon ring? Hang on. The Transylvanian Dreams moon ring. Someone needs to go back to school because that says mood ring. So you've got the mood ring that has slid around a little bit. Yeah, that's just like a coffin. The drinking jar, which, as I said, I wasn't like the most happy with this. The Gothic henna nail decal things. The mint tea, and also the rock candy tea stirrer. So I assume that the rock candy tea stirrers were in place of the lollipops. I don't normally tend to eat the lollies, if I'm completely honest, so I'm absolutely fine with there not being a lolly in this box. But that was this month's Spooky Box Club. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. It wasn't my favourite box we've ever got. There were items like this and maybe like the nail stickers, which I will probably not use, and I also feel like the mood ring's a little bit cheap, but then at the same time there were things which I do like. I'm very intrigued by this tapestry still. I still don't really know what to do with it, but it has multiple possibilities. As I said, I could possibly use it as a bed throw or something. So yeah, that was this month's Spooky Box Club. I have got a playlist down below to all of the other Spooky Box Clubs that I've done, and I always leave links, etc. for how to subscribe to this. These boxes have now gone up to £28. It's quite sneaky when you go to order it because it still comes up with the original price, but they've chucked the shipping up quite a lot, so it does come to about £28. So it is now closer to £30 than £25. But I mean, I definitely say with the £25 boxes we wouldn't have got something this big. So I am overall pleased with this box. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them down below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you enjoy the shade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!